Season 2 is fast approaching. Hopefully it arrives with huge changes to the system and even a rank reset. But there's one thing that needs to be included in some form in this update. No matter what we discuss, whether it's new maps, an operation, different game modes, skins, the same one thing gets requested and asked. It's like an addict needing their next hit. Players are starving for more information. We don't know many confirmed details for Season 2, just a little bit of speculation, like if we'll be receiving rewards or not, but most players couldn't really care if Premier had a reward. Although one would be nice, the Premier game mode is infested with closet cheaters and blatant ones too, who just want to rise up the leaderboard and lower your elo. The Season 2 update could be huge, potentially giving us a rank reset, maybe a new map, potential economy changes, and let's just say a hypothetical reward, just to make it sound even better. But if it doesn't include any anti-cheat changes, or at least a massive ban wave to all the existing cheater accounts, things will just be the exact same as they are. When you check out the Convar's ban tracker, you'll notice the day when Valve announced the anti-cheat changes to Dota, just check out the mass amount of bans which took place that day. Over 21,000 game bans were tracked, which doesn't even include the accounts which weren't. To put in perspective how massive this ban wave actually was compared to recent ones, you'll notice it makes every previous ban wave which we received for Counter-Strike a literal dent in the graph, which shows that any future changes Valve might be cooking up right now will play a huge impact into future bans. It's something which they're clearly looking at and addressing at the moment. At the start of CS2, I honestly enjoyed playing a game of Premier. It was competitive, and the fact you get to track your CS rating game by game makes it extremely engaging. But more recently, I have just been playing map matchmaking, simply because in my experience there is less hackers in this mode. Not saying there can't be, but most of them are just in Premier, focused on getting themselves on the leaderboard or boosting someone else who is. Which is why regardless of what changes Valve wants to implement for Season 2, if they really want the new season to be a success, an update to the anti-cheat will need to be included in some form, that at least cleans out the situation for the time being. Although any significant changes to the anti-cheat might not get mentioned in the patch notes to keep things under wraps, a ban wave would show a good sign that Valve is at least trying to wipe all the hackers at the end of a season, starting fresh for a new season, or maybe we get an anti-cheat update similar to how Dota got one a week ago. Recently, the CS2 reporting system saw a change, which now only allows you to report somebody for one thing, which could hint at some sort of anti-cheat changes in the back end. In December, Valve adjusted the anti-cheat as well, so we're just waiting on something bigger which is happening more recently. In the past, we've showcased tons of complaints by pro Counter-Strike players for the anti-cheat, calling out Valve and VAC Live, so I'm sure they're well aware of the problem. It's just a matter of what happens next. Season 2 is a lot closer than some might think. The expected release day is anywhere from next week to the next month, and the anti-cheat issue is the one thing that players have been asking for, which will play a huge impact in the Premier mode and Counter-Strike 2 in general.